Hi everyone, it's Eva. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me for today's 12 by 12 video. Now this is my first ever 12 by 12 scrapbooking page, so I'm pretty satisfied with the end result. I absolutely love it. So I am going in, as I showed you at the beginning, I'm taking the Distress ink in Cold Straw Gold using the packaging technique, and I wanted a soft yellow color because I wanted it to represent sunshine. So I'm going to use a picture of my niece, who is currently 3 years old, but you'll be seeing a lot of baby pictures of her, and the reason is because there was a 17-year age gap between kids of both my sister and I, and so she was the newest addition to the family, and the baby of the family right now. So you'll be seeing quite a bit of pictures of her in upcoming videos. So the idea I had for this page was because this was when she was couple of days old. I snapped a picture of her in the hospital, and she was in deep sleep, so I wanted to scrapbook a page of her like in the clouds. So I'm calling it Sweet Dreams. So I'm taking this paper pad, it's called Rose Quartz, which I purchased at Michael's, and I drew these clouds, and I just sketched them all out from the paper. The papers are all of this paper pad, I believe. But I sketched the clouds and I cut them out, and I outlined them with just a basic black ink pen. So I'm backing my photo with one of these papers, and we'll be working from there. So let me see. So yeah, this is a sweet picture of her when she was in the hospital. So I just absolutely loved it. I wanted to scrap it or turn it into a scrapbooking page. I'm also using I forget what it's called, but it's from Pebbles, and it's for a baby girl. And there's so many sweet stickers. I absolutely love the soft pink, and the hot air balloons, the little unicorns, the birds, the clouds. It's super adorable, and I just loved working with these products. So here I'm going through the ephemera pack and taking all the ephemera that I believe would fit in this page with the theme that I was going for. Now I'm going to back the photo with just some generic foam that I bought or purchased at either Hobby Lobby or Michael's, so that way I can have the picture lifted off of the page. Now, like I said, she is 3 years old, and she is such a firecracker. She's got so much energy, and she's full of life, and she is so spoiled, and she totally knows it. So here I was going to start gluing down the clouds, but I remembered that I wanted to put some stars, some gold stars in. So I'm taking a stencil that I purchased. I can't recall. I want to say I purchased it from scrapbook.com. And I'm taking some texture paste and some, also, was it texture? I don't even know what I used, but I know it was textured paste and some gold paint to use it on the stencil here. And I'm just going to work through it and just put it in areas where I believe I want them to go. So they're just going to go It's not going to be perfect. You know, the clouds are going to cover the majority of them, but I'm going to have quite a bit of stars peeking through. So, like I said, they're just going to be in areas. And I wanted to use texture paste because I wanted the stars to be a little bit thick. So I'm happy with that end result there. Now, after I'm done with the stars, I'm just going to start assembling and placing the clouds where I think I want them to go. Now, I'm going to start placing down the hot air balloons, and I changed my mind throughout the entire video regarding where I wanted the hot air balloons to go. So this kind of took me a while. For it to be my first scrapbooking video, it was a little exhausting, only because I couldn't make up my mind on placement. But there were, I had placed the hot air balloons in one area, and I was like, oh, that looks great, and I would snap a photo, and then towards the end, when I started placing everything and putting everything in its spot, I totally didn't put it where I had originally thought. But like I said, the end result, I was satisfied with the way it turned out. So I'm glad. These, I couldn't make up my mind. Some of the clouds will be going on pop dots, again, to have that little bit of dimension. And the clouds, or actually the stars, the stars are just going to go straight on to either the clouds or the paper. I'm not going to be backing them with anything. I do take a moon, which is the cutest little moon sticker ever, and it kind of blended into the page, which I'm kind of a little bummed about, but I couldn't think of any other way to make it stand out. Maybe I could have put a little bit of that yellow paint that I had, or this distress ink that I had used at the beginning of the layout, but I don't think that would have worked with the moon. So the moon's going to be there. I'm going to put that gold star eventually at the tip of it, and work my way through the rest of the page. So initially, my first thought with this scrapbook layout was that I was going to have rays of yellow paint peeking from underneath the photo, and of course, the clouds were going to go over the rays. So I covered the entire white paper with gesso, and because I did that, the paper that I had used wasn't as thick, so the white paper warped a whole lot. So I decided I was going to need to back it onto an entire sheet of thick cardstock. So I took a paper from I trimmed the white page, and then I took a paper from the same rose quartz paper pad that I purchased at Michael's, and I backed it onto there. And I used a lot of force to get that glued on and try and get the warping out. And I'm taking the words. I initially had wanted to name the page Sweet Dreams, but then I changed my mind, and I'm going to use the alpha from, I believe it's the Thickers. I'm just gonna use the gold Baby Girl, and then the white Thickers, and I'm gonna use the Sweet Dreams. So the title is gonna be not Sweet Dreams, Dream Big. So the title is gonna be Dream Big Baby Girl, and that's something I have 2 girls, and that's something that I instill in my girls. I always encourage them to dream big, and I always tell them no matter how big that dream is or how out of reach they believe it is, if they want to, they will accomplish it. So there's always a way, and dreams will eventually come true. You just have to work at it. So that's going to be the title of this scrapbook page. It's going to be Dream Big, Baby Girl. So I've got everything placed accordingly, and I'm pretty satisfied with placement, and I'm pretty satisfied with how this page turned out. So that is it, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.